Fayetteville, Arkansas, this is the Home Depot SEC on CBS. The Battle Line Rivalry between Missouri and Arkansas. With Rick Neuheisel, Aaron Taylor, John Schriffen on the sideline, I'm Carter Blackburn, wishing you another day of thankfulness and watching football. And for the Missouri Tigers, who you would have said at the beginning of 2017 that in late November the Tigers would be among the hottest teams in college football, it would have been a stretch. After losing 5 of their first 6 games, they gave up 74 points in the first 2 weeks. Since then, the schedule has softened. Missouri has gone on a 5-game winning streak, but they have left no doubt blowout wins in all 5 of those victories. So from 1-5 to bowl eligible. And Rick, it has been a remarkable turnaround for Barry Odom in year 2.
Well, you said it, Carter. What a turnaround for the Tigers. 1-5, given up for dead. Barry Odom has willed this team to 5 straight wins and a bowl berth. And the numbers have been staggering. Guys, they've averaged 550 yards plus on offense and given up just a little over 300. They've scored 52 points in those games on average, giving up just a little more than 17. And they do not want to change their stripes for this one, Aaron.
It's been the most remarkable turnaround I've ever seen in this sport from a statistics standpoint. When you turn on the film, you see it there as well, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. They're a little bit more aggressive now with their blitz packages, which aren't really complicated, but they're very effective. They're stunting up front, but there's still a little bit of a feast or famine factor, so keep an eye on big plays. Missouri 109th in the country of plays 20 yards or more. That's something that Arkansas has to take advantage of.
And speaking of big plays, they have been abundant in the passing game. It is a quick tempo offense that likes to take the deep shot.
We'll say they go in Heupel drive there because it's Josh Heupel as the architect. Here you're going to see what we call a post-wheel pattern. Quarterback Drew Locke sees the safety sitting still. He get great protection and uses what I'd call a howitzer for a throwing arm to drop another touchdown on them. Listen, this is 38 touchdown passes. He's in rare air right now, Carter.
Meanwhile, for the Arkansas Razorbacks, the end of 2017 is not celebration time. It has been a disappointing season, a disappointing tenure for Bret Bielema.
Well, the story in Fayetteville is Bret Bielema, and is this to be his last game? He right now is 11-28 in the SEC, but his team likes him. They played hard for him last week. If they can get some sort of a balanced attack and keep third down in check, I expect the Hogs to be very competitive today.
You hit the nail on the head, Rick. They have to stay balanced. That means that run game for Arkansas has to go, and then defensively they have to do their part. I thought that was the lone bright spot a week ago, and Arkansas's loss was the way that the defense showed up against Mississippi State, and that charge was led by McTelvin again. This young man's a disruptive player whose production finally met his potential, and I think a key today for this Arkansas defense is to be able to disrupt the run game with penetration, get Drew Locke off his spot, and McTelvin again is set and poised to lead that charge.
And for Barry Odom's second season as Missouri head coach, it was not the start that they were looking for in year 2. After the Auburn loss, Barry Odom went public with what he had told his team in private.
I want to get one thing real straight. I'm going to win here. That's going to happen. We will win. Okay, this is a turnaround. We're doing a lot of really good things in this program. Our kids are working extremely hard. We're not winning games yet, but we will.
I am so damn happy and proud for you, seniors. Yeah. This is what we talked about. Great job holding together, showing unbelievable resolve when things weren't great. Let's go bowling, baby!
And John Schriffen, in between those moments for Barry Odom, there was another with a pretty significant spark.
Well, it was that midpoint in the season when Coach Odom realized his team was on the cusp of a breakthrough, but he needed to do something drastic to shake things up. So during a team meeting, he pulled out a Gatorade bucket and printed off all the negative reminders of their first half of this season. Their record versus SEC opponents, how they were having their worst start since '92, even printed off all of their stats and his game plans, threw it all in the bucket. Well, he poured lighter fluid on top of it and lit it on fire. His quarterback, Drew Locke, told me it was an awesome display of what this team needed to do. They needed to have a fresh start and realize that if they went 1-0 in every game here on out, they'd be in the position they're in today, headed to a bowl game. Carter?
Hey, John, I love what he told us. He said, nobody else except the GA who was helping me knew that. Oh, we didn't even test it, but we were really hoping that we were able to close that lid and contain the fire. And that will trickle out of bounds, and Missouri will have it at the 35. So we take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And it begins with Drew Locke, third-generation Missouri Tiger, committed when Gary Pinkel was head coach, Barry Odom defensive coordinator. But the best recruiting job was from his dad, Andy, the former Mizzou lineman, told Drew, "How would you feel if someone else is the quarterback at the school that you love?" Drew chose Missouri, and he has turned into a record-setting quarterback for the Tigers. Ish Witter with them in the backfield, and Witter will take the first down carry, and Witter gets about 3. And let's check out Rick's report on Drew Locke.
Well, the young man has a giant arm, no question about that. The only problem he has sometimes is a tendency to force balls because he knows he can get it into tight windows.
Missouri statistically the second fastest offense. Fling it to the outside. Jamon Moore. Tolliver makes the stop after a first down at the 49. 18. Take us through the offense.
Well, a player to keep your eye on today is number 81, the tight end, Albert Okawebunam. He's a matchup nightmare. Drew Locke says he can trust this kid. Had 5 catches, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns a week ago.
And it off again, Witter. Witter rolling to the 41-yard line. Real close to another first down. Liddell on the stop.
So impressed by this Missouri offensive line. They're quietly underrated. Just a nice gap scheme, finding holes in the middle of that defense. Arkansas's ability to try to make Missouri play one-sided is key, and Missouri running the ball effectively here early.
Second best offense in the SEC, 13th in the nation. Locke loads up over the ball. It's picked off. Andre Tolliver has the interception. And the senior corner brings it back to near midfield. Andre Tolliver picks off Drew Locke to give the Razorbacks a boost.
This is an over route, and Locke does not allow the 2 receivers to get to the opposite hemispheres. He ends up throwing it to a corner that's covering a guy going across the field. You're going to see it right here. Tolliver's following the over route. He ends up picking off the post throw to the other receiver. Locke needed to get that over the top.
They needed a spark early. That's exactly the way this game started a week ago, is coming up early and making big plays, giving short fields for your offense. Andre Tolliver has been one of their playmakers. He's a tall cornerback. He used that height there to go up and get that football, but we've already seen 2 costly penalties early on in this game for Arkansas. They've got to be better down the stretch to beat a Missouri team that's pretty hot right now.
Senior day, Andre Tolliver has the second pick of his senior year. So it's Austin Allen and the Razorback offense from the 30. Allen will hand, and here's a toss. Trick play, first snap from scrimmage. Deep shot, downfield, and it is incomplete. And that was almost picked on the toss by Jordan Jones. And that leads us to our Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Austin Allen 2 years ago when this game took over for his older brother Brandon. Both quarterbacks, the Fayetteville High School Bulldogs, then the Razorbacks. Dad Bobby been on the staff for 20 years. One last game for the Razorbacks with Allen at quarterback. And Austin fought to get back here from a shoulder injury that nearly ended his career in October. And now here's Austin Allen. Another deep shot. And this time it's Jones. He holds it in inside the 25. Jordan Jones inside the 10. Inside the 5. So he tosses it incomplete on first down. And then Jordan Jones on the receiving end of a 67-yarder on second down.
We talked about at the top of the game the big plays that Missouri's back end was susceptible to. Arkansas really wanted to be able to hit the deep shots, and they find one here early.
And now hurry up for first and goal. Allen will hand off. Whaley picking his way down to inside the 2. As we take a look at today's red zone numbers brought to you by Verizon. Arkansas, 74% touchdown when they reach the red zone. That's been stellar all year, a strength for the Razorbacks. Austin Allen, play fake. Allen on the roll, trying to find the edge. Austin Allen is in, touchdown. Austin Allen on his senior day of the the senior Tolliver. Austin Allen takes it in for a touchdown for the Razorbacks, and it's another hot start at the end of a bad year for Arkansas football.
This is what I mean. When you know you're in 4 down, as I'm sure Dan Enos knew, you get a chance to take that kind of chance, because if they are coming off the edge, Allen knows enough to throw the ball away, knowing that he can live to 4th down. Great call by Dan Enos.
The PAT is good. So last week against Mississippi State, it was a 14-0 start. Razorbacks couldn't hang on and win it. This week, 65-yarder sets up the 1-yard touchdown run. And these Hogs have again answered the call early. So the Razorbacks get a takeaway, turn it into a touchdown. 65 of those 70 yards were on the grab by Jordan Jones. And that leads us right to today's key questions.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we can answer in the affirmative. The first one, can the Hogs start quick? We talked to Paul Rhodes a week ago. He said how important that was. They did get that done a week ago, and strike it in the yes column again today. Great start by the Razorbacks.
And a classic strength on weakness matchup for Missouri. Can they continue to Drew Locke in big plays? 69 of 20 plus this season, tied for 11th in the country. Arkansas, fellas, dead last in the conference on defense in big pass plays allowed.
Touchback, they'll have it at the 25. Much better kickoff this time from Connor Lempert after the first one went out of bounds. So we take a look at the Arkansas defense already has a takeaway.
They do. They've done a nice job. And keep your eye today also on Santos Ramirez. He's a captain, one of the leaders of this team, had 3 forced fumbles and an interception already this year. He needs to lead that back end, which has already showed up and made its presence felt today, because Missouri brings something to the table now with the length and speed they have on the outside edge.
Is that a technical term? Something?
Something.
Okay.
That's as technical as it gets.
Right. Roundtree is in the backfield. The true freshman from North Carolina with Drew Locke. Locke's going to hand off. Witter only gets a couple to the 30. Greenlaw again on the stop.
Paul Rhodes has to be ecstatic about his run defense thus far. Ish Witter had been averaging almost 7 yards a carry in this 5-game winning streak for the Tigers, and they are corralling the run beautifully to start this game.
You almost get the feeling, though, you got to be disciplined with your eyes on the back end, because Missouri's committed to the run. They're bound to take a play-action shot here sooner or later.
Locke's going to pull it. Huge hole for Locke to run through across the 50. Drew Locke slides down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 35 with the legs of Drew Locke.
Well, now you know why the run defense has been so good. They're just pouring everybody in there. This time Drew Locke sees there's no one home, takes full advantage.
Devin Richardson was coming off that outside edge and he didn't keep contained.
Locke perfect. Zips it, incomplete, intended for more.
I love watching these kind of undersized scat backs play. He runs behind his pads. He's got great feet. He's patient. He understands how important it is to set up the offensive lineman's blocks by being patient, using his vision, and then accelerating his feet through the hole that they create. And he's been a really nice addition, considering Demarie Crockett has been down for most of the year.
Locke, pop pass. Okwuegbunam inside the 10. Trying to keep his feet for the goal line. Marked down just inside the 5. First and goal, Missouri.
What a talent this Okwuegbunam has been for this Missouri offense. He came in at 215 just a year ago. He's up to 260.
First and goal. Locke, hands, Witter. Straight ahead, pushing to near the 1. Still pushing. And he will be just short of the goal line. Forget about the second effort. It was 3rd and 4th in the scrum. And Witter nearly got it across the goal line. Second and goal, Tigers will hurry up again. Handing easily in, touchdown Mizzou. Ish Witter takes it across the goal line. And a hurry up, quick strike, TD for the Missouri offense.
Hard to hold that Tiger when they're going this fast.
Just a beautiful mix of play calling, mixing the run and pass, taking advantage of some play action. And Drew Locke's legs that started off so effectively a week ago against Vandy, showing up here towards the end of the first quarter, getting them across midfield, and he took care of the rest.
Tucker McCann for the PAT. The Missouri drive started at their own 8-yard line. In just 3 minutes and 26 seconds, 11 plays, 8 of them on the ground, including 35 from Locke. 92 yards. Mizzou into the end zone, touchdown. Tigers even at 7 in the Battle Line Rivalry. In each game of the 5-game winning streak for Missouri, they have gone on a 90-plus yard scoring drive. Arkansas out of the eye. We do not expect them to try and keep tempo with Missouri. They're fine going deliberately on offense.
And with the way that Missouri's been running the football, they're helping them out a little.
Whaley on the left side, short gain on first down.
Just not enough. Not enough meat on the bone right now for the Arkansas running game. This has to get 4 and 5 yards, and maybe they'll be able to peck away and get to that number. But right now, it's leaving Dan Enos in too many second and longs, which is a pass rush down if you're a Missouri Tiger. And we saw what happened on the last drive, Aaron, when that was the case.
Certainly was, and with all the injuries that they've had up front, remember they're down Frank Ragnow, who's probably a 2nd or 3rd round offensive lineman. Bret Bielema telling us he's among the best offensive linemen he's ever coached from a toughness and smart standpoint.
7 rushes, 3 yards for Arkansas, and just a couple more to add to that total for Whaley as Jordan Harold makes a stop, and now Dan Enos is back in 3rd and reasonably long.
3rd and 6. I mean, he's going to have probably 5 or 6 plays on his list right now that he's looking at. But again, you have to factor in how long can Austin Allen hold the ball. We know that the depth at wide receiver is a question mark for Arkansas. They hit the big play early. Explosives are always fun as a coordinator, but you've got to be able to turn yards. Look for him to get something intermediate here. They're going to cover up close at the sticks.
Allen out of the gun. Slant caught, first down. Deion Stewart has the grab across the 40.
Great call, getting something out of his hands quickly. Inside slants are easier from the gun than outside slants because the timing works out. And you can see Allen gets the ball out of his hand. Very easy to protect that, Aaron.
Yeah, it is, and especially because with them bringing linebackers from the 2nd level, that's a great route to be able to throw it behind the linebacker and in front of the secondary coverage.
Play action now on first down. Austin Allen loads up, deep shot, and it's caught inside the 15, across the goal line. Touchdown! It's Jordan Jones again. He had the 65-yarder to set up the first TD. This one goes for 58 and a touchdown to put the Razorbacks back on top.
This is just a condensed formation, which gives a lot of room out on the side, but this is just speed on speed. Nice subtle move, but keep an eye to see whether or not he gets in here. Great effort, and he extends. I think they got this right. That's a touchdown. It was remarkably close, but what an effort to go vertical. Arkansas trying to beat Missouri at its own game.
Austin Allen 4 of 5 for 144 and a touchdown. That's the way you want to start your last game for the Razorbacks.
Jordan Jones in his Arkansas career is yet to have a 100-yard receiving game until this first quarter on 2 catches, 122 yards, and a TD. It stands on the board. Austin Allen, Jordan Jones. That makes it 14-7 Razorbacks. Arkansas all year has had 2 50-plus yard plays. This first quarter, 2 50-plus yard plays, both to Jordan Jones, and he already has his career game. He's a redshirt freshman, but the Razorbacks have found a weapon in the passing game in this first quarter against Mizzou. Roundtree will bring it out. Roundtree dropped as he gets to the 15-yard line.
How come Miami couldn't play like that against Notre Dame? You know what I'm saying?
It's a different story there, wasn't it? Roundtree, after a gain of 3, Dijon Harris, the SEC's 2nd leading tackler, has another here.
Pitt was also the home of the kicker, Chris Blewett. So they've got some puns associated with their particular roster.
And, of course, the former Pirate pitcher, Bob Locke, but we won't go there.
See how you are.
Oh, man.
There's still some more coming for Drew Locke. I want to tease that. Play fake. Locke loads up. Tipped in incomplete off the hands of Jonathan Johnson, and he had him for a big gain.
Jonathan Johnson's a slot receiver. Likes to run intermediate and deep routes in the middle of the field. And this is one, hits him right in his hands, and he drops it. You wonder if the sun kind of caught him there. There's a break a little bit in the field. But again, drops a problem a week ago. Drops showing up here early today in another 3rd and long situation for Missouri that gives Arkansas a chance.
Locke almost throws another pick. That's tipped and incomplete. And Agim got his hands on it. It would have been a pick 6 for McTelvin Agim, who made all the plays last week.
Here he is right here off the right side. He reads it and then bails and drops and basically turns into a linebacker. How about that for being heads up?
He looked right into the sun as well. I'm telling you, he looked right into the sun and lost sight of the football.
And by the way, on this punt, Andre Tolliver is back. He's maybe looking in the sun as well.
As my old coach used to say, it's been there a billion years.
Latoni, one of the nation's best punters. Tolliver backs up, makes the grab at the 38. Tolliver has room. Andre Tolliver inside the 40, inside the 30. What a senior day for Andre Tolliver. An interception to set up a touchdown. And now Tolliver with a huge return in the punt game.
I was just saying it was a great block by Grant Morgan on that play to get himself in position where it was not going to be a block in the back and free the returner down that sideline.
Well, all 3 of us are married up here, and we've all respectively outkicked our own coverages. That's what it looks like on the football field.
33-yard return for Tolliver. Williams will take it on the left side. Williams with a big push, shoving his way forward inside the 20. David Williams, the former South Carolina Gamecock, delivering hits as he takes it into the red zone.
This is great run by David Williams, and watch him make his pullers right. You have to have patience as a ball carrier. You can see he makes that block right. Offensive linemen don't know where the running back is. They're just trying to cover up those dark shirts.
9 times out of 10, we're giving up athleticism to the defender, and that's where the running back can help us by setting up our blocks and bringing the defender to us. Great job there.
Longest run of the day for Arkansas, 13 yards. So give it to Williams again, shaking his way inside the 10, reaching in, touchdown. David Williams carries the load and carries the pigskin for another Arkansas touchdown.
Well, we talked about getting some rushing yardage. Dan Enos has got to be giddy about the way things are turning right here with the ability to churn it out on the ground, explosive plays. You can say what you want about this Arkansas team and whether Bret Bielema will be back next year, but this team is still fighting for their head coach.
That was a run blitz that time by Terez Hall. He came off the edge. Missouri likes to be aggressive. We talked about that feast or famine. That's a situation where the run blitz costs them the touchdown.
Lippert for the PAT. So Tolliver sets it up. And in 2 plays, both of them rushes by David Williams. The Razorbacks are back in the end zone, 21-7.
Welcome back to Arkansas as the Razorbacks lead Missouri 21-7. You saw David Williams take the ball in for a touchdown there. With all the coaching controversy here at Arkansas, he is really the only guy on this team who has gone through something like that. He is a transfer from South Carolina, and he was at South Carolina when Steve Spurrier left the program. So David Williams told me he has really stepped up and been a leader on this team to rally the guys. He told them, you got to look in the mirror and really challenge yourself. Don't blame anyone else for what's going on. Perfect everything you can and really be a team here, guys.
And John, as we talked about all week and saw it displayed last week, despite all the turmoil around Arkansas, Roundtree slips out to the 18. Here comes a flag. Point being, the Razorbacks are still playing hard, especially the seniors. Last time Mizzou was backed up, they went on a 92-yard touchdown drive. We'll see if they can get it rolling again as Witter takes it across the 10. Another solid gain on first down for Ish Witter.
And that's the counter game that they like to run. They will run some quarterback keep slice off of this, where Drew Locke's legs will come into effect as well. So gap integrity for both of these defenses, particularly against the run and the styles that they do, is important. Arkansas has done well except for the one big run they gave up because they didn't keep contained and set the outside edge, which is crucial to good defensive line play.
Locke will hand again. Witter on 2nd and 5. This drive started at their own 8. The touchdown drive from Missouri started at their own 8.
Watching Javon Moore down here waving over to the sideline. There's individual signalers to all the different components of the dealer's choice offense. Everybody's getting a signal so that they can go that much faster.
Seconds ticking away at the end of the first. Missouri, we'll see if they want to get it off. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Missouri when we come back to start the second. 21-7. Bielema's Razorbacks lead it early. Saw Paul Rhodes, Arkansas defensive coordinator. 3rd and 3. Did he get back? No flag. Now there it comes. Locke, free play, deep shot, inside the 15. Touchdown, Mizzou, Emmanuel Hall. Drew Locke is starting to master the free play. Takes the shot over the top for a 55-yard touchdown, assuming that's offsides, and it is.
Defense, number 35. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
I mean, that was perfectly executed on the free play.
He is the Aaron Rodgers of college football right now. He has the cadence, and right now we don't have a full house here so that you can hear out there. Usually when you're a road team, you have to go with a silent count. Not today. They're barking out the signals. He gets the defensive end to jump. He knows he's offsides, takes the shot, Aaron.
Even though it's a free play, but you have to play disciplined defensively, even if you see your guy jump off. This Missouri offense did this exact thing to Vandy a week ago.
Second 92-yard touchdown drive, and Locke with TD pass number 39 is now 2 away from owning the SEC single season record. Drops it to Hall, and Mizzou, quick strike, makes it a 1 TD game again. Pretty good company there for Drew Locke. 39 TD passes tied with Werfel. That also the single season school record. That's Chase Daniel when Missouri was in the Big 12. And this one taking advantage of the offsides penalty.
Well, here they are down here at the bottom, but when the player jumps offside, keep your eye on Curl. He peeks inside right there to see what happens. Boom. And that little bit of a delay there takes his eyes where it should be, and it costs him a touchdown.
Doesn't get his hands on the receiver, and Emmanuel Hall is off to the races. Emmanuel Hall, by the way, fellas, is number 2 in the country with guys over 30 catches in yards per reception. Well over 22.
And that'll actually boost that number.
I would say that number is going up.
Mizzou's 21st play of 50-plus, most in the FBS. Warren brings it across the 15. There are flags down as Warren takes it across the 20. Allen, 3rd game back with the shoulder injury. Play action on the roll. Austin Allen flings complete across the 40-yard line. Patton has the grab and takes it to near midfield. Jeremy Patton, the junior tight end from Indianapolis.
Oh, those little sneaky buggers. Here he is back here on the backside of the ball. He's going to sneak his way out and get up in here. Watch the flow. Just does a nice job of selling the route. By the time he's picked up, it's another huge game through the air for the Razorbacks.
33 on this one to Patton. Williams will take the handoff. He is wrapped up and dropped for a loss. Hall leading the way. Razorbacks sitting at 4-7 postseason. Very unlikely. Allen chased from behind and dropped. This time Jordan Harold on the stop. It will be 3rd and long. Looked like Allen got back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, credit great coverage on the back end by Missouri to allow its defensive rush to get home. Brandon Allen, Rick, you talked about him not holding on to the ball too long and getting rid of it, but everybody's covered here. There's nowhere for him to be able to throw the football, so he just pulls it down and tries to make something out of nothing.
In a flat curl route, though, you have to anticipate that receiver coming open. You got to let that ball go. He does do a good job getting closer to the line of scrimmage, though, minimizing the sack.
High backfield on 3rd and long. So max protect. Allen releases it. It's caught. Deion Stewart converting on 3rd and long. Another big one in the pass game for the Razorbacks. Deion Stewart. It's another gain of 33. The second 33-yard completion on the drive.
Here he is right here. He comes into motion, Rick.
Scissors route. You're going to get an outside releasing, and he's going to run the post, and here comes the corner underneath him. Very difficult on the safety. Beautiful throw by Austin Allen. Dan Enos got to be giddy that he's got his signal color back.
4 plays of 30 plus. So they had 221 versus Mississippi State. Already passed it today. Williams will take it into the end zone again. Touchdown. His second TD of the day for the senior from Philly. It goes for 22. And all of a sudden, the explosive big play. Arkansas Razorbacks are racking up the points to close out 2017.
This is just a pin and pull scheme to the play side, where the center pulls out in space, taking advantage of angles. They crease the inside of that defense. Once again, gap integrity breaking down for the Tigers.
That PAT is barely good. So on that drive alone for Arkansas, an offense that has failed to produce big plays in 2017. 2 plays that go 30 plus, and then Williams takes it in from 22, and Arkansas by 2 TDs again. Now for Arkansas, it's been a disappointment in 2017, but they are playing hard to the finish. Witter will take the handoff. Witter's spinning. We have some great Wurfel Spurrier stories from our buddy James Bates, none of which we will share on the air.
Being employed is nice, isn't it?
Right. So 2nd and 4 is Locke and Witter carry the Mizzou offense. Witter, that's his 16th carry of the first half. Grant Morgan makes the stop.
This is an important 3rd down right here for Missouri. One of the downsides, if there is any, for up-tempo offenses is putting your defense back on the field too quickly.
Down by 2 touchdowns again. During the winning streak, they have not trailed by 2 touchdowns. They trailed by 14 earlier, answered with a touchdown. Arkansas has them down by 2 TDs again.
It's clear to me, though, that even running up-tempo, Missouri's being patient right now.
Locke flings to the outside. 1st and 10. That is complete. It's Jamon Moore's side of the field.
This has been available all game long as they look and say dealer's choice offense. Slot receivers down here just walking down, single receiver into the boundary. Drew Locke getting signals, and he has the opportunity to choose anyway.
Take it. Locke hit as he throws from behind. Deep shot. Pulls it in. And touchdown. Emmanuel Hall over the top again. This time 56 yards. And Drew Locke has TD pass number 40.
I would say yards per catch for Emmanuel Hall are going to keep going up there, Carter. It's a beautiful deep ball. And this is why, again, we talk about the big arm of Drew Locke. He just flat puts this on the money. This ball travels somewhere around 60, 65 yards in the air.
And he felt the pressure, too.
There was some pressure late backside, but he stood in there tall. And Cameron Curl, the cornerback, a true freshman, getting burned for another deep touchdown. He kind of peeked up and looked back at the ball, which stopped his momentum, which is why that last-minute separation got there.
Well, we got that trailing by 2 TD note in, and we had to get it in a hurry because Mizzou wipes away the 2 TD lead, and Drew Locke is just 1 TD pass away from owning the SEC single-season record. Well, Drew Locke now with 40, tied with Andre Woodson, and the single-season school record. Again, Chase Daniel had that in the Big 12 days. Now SEC days. Locke is only a junior. And more importantly for the Tigers right now, he's pulled them within a touchdown. 28-21. Touchback will bring it out to the 25.
This is an important drive for them.
Out of the eye to the outside.
This is what we call a now route.
Yeah.
You got a run play called there, and they just toss it out. Well, let's go back, Dawson Allen. One of the things you have to stop if you're going to stop a Razorback offense are throwbacks. Beautiful throw right here. The scissors throw finds Deion Stewart out there. Beautiful. And then David Williams. He's been red hot. Red hot. 8 carries, 75 yards a week ago. 6 carries, 54 yards, and 2 touchdowns today.
And Austin Allen, that short to intermediate and some deep games, 7 to 10 today is pretty hot as well.
Play action again. Austin Allen loads up, and it is tipped and incomplete. Sherrill saved the touchdown. Looking for Jordan Jones on the post again.
Well, Rick, they say that this is a game of inches. Anthony Sherrill saves a touchdown here.
Quarters coverage again here. The backside safety tries to get there, and he does, but he doesn't get there. I don't know if it was the sun or the obscure by the ball just barely missing his hand.
Sherrills never touches it. It was the sun, but it was enough to be able to distract Jordan Jones. I don't think 22 ever got his hands on it.
I'm going to go back to Homer Smith. It's been there a billion years.
Easier said than done.
I mean, the first quarter, Missouri had a couple of huge drops because of the way it's coming in here at Razorback Stadium, and now Arkansas's turn. 3rd and 11. Allen scrambles, tosses, incomplete. He was looking for pattern and is knocked away by Cam Hilton, the junior from St. Louis, as Allen took a big pop.
Really nice by Hilton being physical, but keep your eye on Austin Allen. Coaches say he's tough, maybe sometimes too tough, but I love it when you have a quarterback that can sit in the pocket and willing to take a shot. But again, this is not the style of offense that you want to be punting the football away, given a short field with 5.5 minutes left when you were up by 14 points a couple minutes ago.
We just talked about how Missouri had to get that first down to protect their defense. Now 3 and out. Arkansas puts their defense back out on the field.
Right back.
Drew Locke, TD drive last time in a hurry in just 5 plays.
There it is.
Fake it, throw it, complete. Ogwebunam, the redshirt freshman tight end who has been huge for Mizzou.
He came in as a wide receiver and apparently was going back for seconds in the training table because he's turned into a pretty big and nice tight end.
But on 40 pounds. Locke zips it, complete to the outside. Jamon Moore inside the 25. Moore fights to the 22.
And this is what Missouri is so good at. You have a Arkansas player down, but just a nice comeback. And look at the arm strength. The ball perfectly thrown to Jamon Moore.
18-yard grab there for Moore. Already has 4 catches in the game.
And I think at this position on the field, with it being shorter, this works to Arkansas's advantage to try and limit some of those explosive plays.
Witter just inside the 20-yard line. Give it to Witter again. Easily picking up the first down after the offsides penalty. Witter takes it to the 10. Harris on the stop.
Deep down here in the red zone, keep your eye on the tight end, Albert Ogwebunam, who's a nice big target. He likes to run corner routes. He scored a touchdown a week ago. Here he is at the bottom on the hash as they run the football.
Boggle fake it, toss it to him. There's a touchdown.
You mean that guy, Aaron?
That one, 81.
His 10th touchdown grab of his freshman year. And it's TD pass number 3 for Drew Locke, giving him the single-season SEC passing touchdown record. And pulling Mizzou within a point of tying the Razorbacks in a high-scoring, action-packed first half. And before his senior year, Drew Locke has a major SEC record all his own. He now owns the single-season passing touchdown record in SEC history. 8 straight games with 3+. Locke moves past Woodson after moving past Werfel.
With apologies to Tony, Orlando, and Don, Locke 3 times in the end zone. If you love me. Come on, sing it with me, Carter.
I'm a little sick. And moves him past his teammate, Jamon Moore. 4 now. From inside the 5, Warren takes a big pop, falls forward to the 23-yard line.
It's important now that Dan Enos and Bret Bielema concoct a plan that can eat the rest of this clock in the first half, save that defense, and hopefully put some points on the board.
Couple first downs is what they need to focus on to do that.
Hammonds will take it on the draw. Hammonds takes a big pop. That's the tough tackling corner, DeMarcus Acey.
Hammonds was a wide receiver. They moved him into running back because of injuries, which has been the kind of the story of the Arkansas season. He had some big games, but he has this proclivity to run and get the ball outside. You can see him trying to do that again there.
Last 2 -1 rushing yards for Hammonds, and so that his first carry of today. It's officially 4. Austin Allen with Stewart in motion. Play action. Toss it back. Incomplete. It was intended for Hammonds, and Jordan Harold lays the lick on Austin Allen.
Allen took a huge shot right there and was really slow to get up. He's battled an injury in his right shoulder, his throwing arm, earlier on in the season. And that defensive line, just a little hip check right there. But you see he kind of winces in pain and rolls over as he took a shot to his midsection.
Not big huge, down. But when you're as banged up as Austin Allen
big
is.
Down here for the Razorbacks.
All matters. Toughness never in question. Austin Allen on 3rd and 6. Loads up, takes another hit as he delivers it deep. But
arm punt.
Yeah, it is intercepted. Picked off. Sparks has it on the deep shot on 3rd and 6. But AT, to your point, that's literally a toss-up.
That's sitting on the tee box, hitting into the tree, and it kicks out into the middle of the fairway, I guess. Is that a good miss?
Quarterbacks prefer to call it a 50-50 ball.
Okay. But he gets hit. This offensive line is the worst in the SEC. 35 sacks allowed and counting. You like the decision to go for it, and credit Sparks for tracking that football right over his shoulder, becoming a receiver himself. Tremendous ball skills on that, with that ball that was thrown a little bit to the outside of Jones.
That was a great grab. We've seen the Sunfield affect everything, not Sparks. Witter with his 21st carry of the first half.
They're going to get their plays. This hypo speed offense is going to get their plays.
They're on pace for 100. 48 in the first half by Mizzou.
This is part of Missouri's game plan. Have some first down success, dink and dunk, and then hit some play action up over the top. Clock is winding down now. Time starting to become a factor.
Locke fakes it, flings it to the outside. Collins diving forward, move the chains.
Didn't look like he got out of bounds there. They'll get this thing set up.
Missouri's got 2 timeouts left, plenty of time. Probably want to save one of those timeouts for a field goal opportunity. So you're operating with 1 right now.
Winding on the ready for play. Locke flings to the outside, tipped in. Moore couldn't haul it in. Moore's upset with himself because he had that.
And he should be upset. He was trying to make something before he had the ability to be able to secure the football. That's just a concentration drop in a critical situation. When you're on the road, you got to make that catch.
What happens to receivers is they think about making their first move, knowing that corner's behind him, and take their eyes just for a moment off the ball.
Fake it again. Look, crushed by Guidry. And now with 1:16, we'll see how both Missouri and Arkansas play the timeouts heading into 3rd and long.
Just the ends collapsing on both sides, Rick.
I would say they'll play it close to the vest right here. You know how potent this offense is, so I don't think Arkansas is going to use one here. And for Missouri right now, given that it's 3rd and 12, they're happy letting the clock run right here as well.
And that's the absolute worst thing that can happen in a 2-minute situation, is to take a sack. Cost you time and yardage.
So here's Locke. Why not go right back to it? This one is caught. What a grab. Collins holds it in right in front of Callaway. They go right back to the same play. Get 31 if it stands.
Even looking at the replay right there, it's hard to see.
It looks as if his left foot is in.
Missouri used 1 timeout early. Neither team has taken 1 since. Locke loads up to the end zone. Moore couldn't haul it in. Incomplete with 22 seconds. Jamon Moore got 2 hands, couldn't bring it in.
And you see Andre Tolliver's in coverage. This should have been a touchdown. He goes up and gets it, but Andre Tolliver flashes his hand up there, and you wonder if that kind of breaks the concentration of Jamon Moore. But I got to say, guys, Jamon Moore's hands are not consistent.
I'm nitpicking here, but again, that ball for me should have been thrown earlier with more air, so Moore has time to make the play. He just drives throws. Unique ability.
So now it's 2nd down. Locke zips it incomplete. Looked like that was busted somehow, intended for Kendall Blanton. Third down, 17 seconds, one more shot, and then it would be Tucker McCann, who's been a solid field goal kicker for Mizzou this year.
Still have both their timeouts, so it doesn't matter if they get this ball at or near the sideline. They can use the whole field.
It'd be a 42-yarder from here. That's within McCann's range. For 3rd and 15. They're going to hand off. So here's Witter, turns a corner to 25, gets out of bounds inside the 20 with 11 seconds. No timeout needed. Set up for the field goal for
percentage
McCann.
play. You're running into the boundary. You know you can get to the sideline. Again, they had plenty of timeouts. If their cut was required to go back inside. Witter has been a consistent player. They give themselves a nice shot. Probably now a 36-yard field goal. Maybe 37 as they line it up with 7.5 back. 37-yard field goal.
Arkansas gets the ball back to start the second half, so this is a win for their defense to force this field goal.
McCann's 37-yarder is good, giving Missouri the lead. They trailed 21-7. They trailed by 2 touchdowns twice in the first half, but lead it at the break 31-28. 650 total yards in the first half and 59 points. Mizzou has the lead. For John Shriffin's halftime interview with Coach Barry Odom, go to Twitter at SEC on CBS. 31-28 Mizzou on Arkansas. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. Mizzou 31-28 at the half. That's a lot of plays. That's a lot of offense. That's a lot of points. And results 31-28, and we're only halfway done. Carter Blackburn, Rick Neuheisel, Aaron Taylor with John Schriffen on the sideline. Rick, what do you think of that action-packed first half?
Well, it's been a blast, but Bret Bielema's got to be concerned about time of possession. 12 minutes is all they had the ball. You're going to leave your defense out there for 55 plays as they did in the first half. You're not going to survive. Austin Allen got off to a great start, but 0 of 5 in the last 5 throws.
And interestingly, it's been Missouri that's been playing ball control offense. They've been explosive, but 55 plays, that puts a lot of pressure on an Arkansas defense that just doesn't have a lot of depth.
So the late field goal by Missouri makes it a 3-point game. With our producer Scott Brandwine, director Mark Grant, booth crew Wade Robinson, John Tobias, and yeah, that's going to be an easy flag.
Just really enjoy watching Frank Ragnow play, and I've talked to him the last couple of weeks down on the field. Big hunter fisherman, but more importantly, what he does, fellas, he's a geometry thug. He is so tough and understands the proper angles getting up to the next level. That's why NFL scouts are drooling over him.
That's Whaley going to lose at least a yard. Now, what was that again?
A geometry thug. Angles and physicality.
Is that OG for original geometry?
That's right. I see what you're doing there.
He's going to be a great NFL player, and everyone around Fayetteville is just patting Frank Ragnow on the back and wishing him well at this point.
Bielema said he's among the most smartest players he's ever coached.
Anthony Sherrills did not make the tackle there, but he came downhill like you want safeties to come downhill, filling the lane.
Austin Allen trying to get it back in the pass game. Deep shot, and it is incomplete off the hands of Stewart. Sherrills, who had a chance at the pick, is down on the ground. And it's 3rd and long after Austin Allen misses another pass.
They threw a scissors route in a similar situation earlier.
Allen, deep shot, and it is held in. Nice grab. Brandon Martin makes the catch in front of the freshman Adam Sparks. Marked out of bounds on the other side of the 50, plus territory now.
Just a beautifully located ball away from the defender, but inside the out-of-bounds line. And just a nice job by Brandon Martin coming up with that football. Austin Allen showing you he can throw those back shoulder throws as well.
Brandon Martin did a great job of saving that room for his quarterback, so there was room for a back shoulder throw.
It's called holding the red line, and Rick is absolutely right.
Allen had missed his last 8 throws. And now he hands off. Mizzou was ready. Stewart is dropped for a loss by Marcel Frazier. Tried the sweep, and Frazier was all over it for the TFL.
Well, he's just had a heck of a game. Here he is right here. You got to set the edge as a defense. That means he's got to keep everything inside of him so he comes upfield beautifully. So he's a factor in the run game. But we talked about Allen's lack of accuracy here throwing the football. He also has 3 pass breakups, guys, at the line of scrimmage.
Say, this guy is playing a whale of a football game.
Forcing 2nd and 14, Allen play action. Stepping up, chase, dropped. AC's in there on the stop, along with Trey Williams, a redshirt freshman who was terrific against Vandy.
Well, you take a look at Austin Allen's day today. Started out red hot, but then had quite a bit of a lull until we just hit that big pass to Brandon Martin. You got to get a quarterback in the rhythm, get some high percentage throws. And remember, Enos and Bielema talked about not abandoning the run. They have to stay balanced, but that first down loss has put them behind the chains, makes that difficult.
So here's the 3rd and long play. Allen looking underneath. He's going to take the check down. Williams slipping across the 50. Williams dives forward.
There you go, Rick. This is that situation.
4th and 3. This is where Bret Bielema is saying, hey, we're staying out there.
The players want to stay out there. You see the right guard, Johnny Gibson, 62, pointing, nah, man, let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Why not?
Absolutely.
You're Arkansas and you're not going to a bowl game and you have a chance to get a trophy at the end of the year. Why not?
Now, different from a week ago, I hope they give Austin Allen a number of chances here rather than what we call a single shot rifle for the big play. Give him an opportunity to move the sticks here.
They were 0 for 2 on 4th down last week against Mississippi State. 4th and 4, the senior from Fayetteville, Austin Allen. Zips it, complete. What a grab by Stewart, right in front of AC to convert on 4th down. And the Razorback fans who showed up for this senior day show their appreciation.
Call this a little return route. He starts out toward the sticks and then comes back underneath. AC was unable to stick with him. Great job of finding your way back underneath.
My gosh, what about that route? Creating some separation with the spin move. Dig gets back, vertical turns, the ball's on the money. That's a nice pitch and catch.
Whaley will take it straight ahead, right side. Whaley delivers another blow to DeMarcus AC and falls forward on 2nd down. Get that positive run game on 1st down, Rick.
This is what we're talking about, condensing the split, getting your wide receiver up on the safety so the corner had to make the tackle. Nice little 4 or 5 yard gain. That's what Dan Enos wants. I want to churn clock. I want 3rd down and short. That's how we're going to win this game, Razorbacks.
On 2nd down, Whaley's in the backfield behind Austin Allen. And he'll take it on the left side. Huge hole, Whaley tripped up, but he keeps his feet all the way in with a touchdown. Dev Whaley from 28 yards to put Arkansas back on top.
What a great run. What a great Devoir Whaley burst into the starting role after Raleigh Williams was declared not able to continue as a football player with the neck injury in spring ball. Much was expected of this youngster. Had his ups and downs. Got to feel good for him right now.
That run game that was so critical to Arkansas has come up big in the red zone for him today.
There may not be a bowl game at the end of the year for the Razorbacks. 2017, not what Arkansas wanted. But there's a trophy on the line and a chance for the Razorbacks to go out strong in 17. Devoir Whaley, the sophomore from Beaumont, Texas. Central High School, has been fighting through knee and ankle injuries and just one of those Razorbacks that had to tough out the season. And it's Whaley's TD run. His 6th straight with a touchdown. That gives Arkansas the lead again with 2:02 to go in the 3rd. First points of the 2nd half belong to Arkansas. Roundtree takes it across the 20 to near the 25. Play action Locke. Loads up more. Incomplete. Left it too high.
Once again, put more air under it, Mr. Locke. Come on, find the keys to this particular Locke. Get it over the top, and this is a touchdown. He will learn that before it's said and done.
I think it's pretty clear if there's a coaching point from you, the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator head coach. I think we're pretty sure what the coaching point is.
Yeah, he's got it locked up. I'm on the board.
All right, second down. Locke to the outside. Brown across the 45. He has a first down. Tackle made by Callaway, the true freshman corner.
Well, Rick's talking about putting enough air up underneath it. I've played with some gunslingers, and that is the hardest thing for them to do, is to not rely on their best weapon, which is their arm strength.
Fake it. Locke fires complete. Same play. Brown right in front of Callaway.
When he gets it going like this, it's like surgery. Because, again, there are 4 plays going. He can hand it off. He can keep it on the read of the run motion, or he can take whichever side he thinks is appropriate for the pass opportunity.
And Missouri made some substitutions, so Arkansas just did as well on the defensive line.
Fake it. Locke's going to run it this time. Takes a slide. Looked like he wanted Brown in front of Callaway again. The slide started at the 40, and that's likely the last play of the third quarter. After Missouri outscored Arkansas 24-7 in the second, the Razorbacks have the only points of the third quarter, and they take a lead to the fourth quarter. 35-31, Hawks. Safe to say there are more storied rivalries in football than Missouri and Arkansas in the Battle Line Trophy. But as we head to the fourth in a 4-point game, this feels like a rivalry game Thanksgiving weekend.
It certainly is. These guys all know each other. There's some familiarity there. And to have a rivalry, you need consequence, you need proximity. And I think we've got both of those here today.
First play of the fourth quarter, second down. Roundtree takes the handoff as he gets to the 36.
Well, third down now, and I think, again, we're in 4 down. Evidenced by the fact they went for it on 4th and 1 way backed up. I think he's got 2 downs here, so don't be surprised if, again, he deals from the bottom of the deck and takes a throw.
Pick the run. Long toss. First down at the 25-yard line. Makes the grab. Liddell finally brings him down. Gain of 11.
That young man has such soft hands. He is going to be an unbelievable weapon in this conference for years to come.
From Springfield, Illinois, converted wide receiver. Lock hands. Roundtree, another freshman for Mizzou, takes him inside the 20.
Bijan Harris, that time the middle linebacker, got too far upfield, which opened up the gap and allowed Roundtree to get north and south and puncture the defense. You love the aggression, but you also have to play fundamentally sound and properly cancel your gap.
Roundtree on second down, slipping inside the 15, delivering a blow as Roundtree takes it to the 10. Let's look at the Verizon Red Zone stats. And for Missouri, this is their 4th trip. First 2 were touchdowns, then there was a field goal. Roundtree's going to take it on 1st and goal. And
this is Okawebunam's spot right here, Aaron. You called it last time. This is where they look for him. 23 catches now on the season, or 24 now with that last one, and 10 of them touchdowns. This is where he becomes a real target. This is definitely a position where they're going to be looking for 81. It'll be one-on-one into that boundary.
So on 3rd and goal, Locke stands, delivers, caught, touchdown. Okawebunam again with his 2nd TD. Flex those big muscles.
6'5", 260. You cover him.
Have fun with that. When we talked to Drew Locke on the phone and said, hey, we need a big play in the game, what are you doing? He said, man, I would throw it to number 81 on a corner route, and that's exactly what he did.
His 11th TD grab of the year, the 4th passing touchdown of the day for Drew Locke. 2 of them to the big man from Springfield.
Nice call, Rick. I see you.
Said he used that red shirt year. Okawebunam coming out of high school, packing on 40 pounds. He said, yeah, there was weight room. There was also a lot of waffles. Getting ready to play tight end in the SEC. The PAT is good. More pushing and shoving as Missouri regains the lead. Those waffles are paying off now for big number 81, the Missouri Tigers.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking about Bret Bielema. 12:59 maybe left in his Arkansas career. And I don't know what those who are going to make the decision are going to be thinking about if we watch the return.
Uh-oh, got it.
Warren has it across the 20, across the 30. Here goes Warren, out of bounds at the 45. There is a flag down.
Kind of the place where you'd call offsides. Getting back to my point about Bielema. They're going to make the decision that's going to be best for Arkansas. That's their job.
Williams will take it. Williams pushing, stretching across the 25.
My favorite thing to do is to tee Aaron up. Tell him about the gap scheme, Aaron.
There's a lot of people that think on the 8th day God created the power play, and this is what it's going to be. It's going to be pulling linemen. You're trying to build a wall right here, and that's exactly what they do. Rollerson does a good job getting his back block, and then how about Paul Ramirez, the pulling guard? He's the one that just came in for Coho, doing a nice job of blocking Lee right there on the outside edge. And Arkansas moving the chains.
A battered offensive line still doing its job for the Hogs. Fake the toss. Austin Allen on the roll. Trying to set it up. It was snipped out. AC was all over the tight end, Patton. And so it's a busted play, second down.
There is some hitting going on in there, boys. On the left side of the offensive line, keep your eye right here. I believe it's going to be Johnny Gibson that's going to pull out across the ball. Keep an eye on him. Actually, it was number 5, Brandon Martin, that came in on the crackback. Number 62 was standing over him. My apologies there, but my goodness, there is a physicality to this game that's going on across the board.
Pro hold back at left guard. Williams takes the handoff on second down, and he's shoved back. Cale Garrett, a sophomore middle linebacker from Kearney, Missouri. It's always his dream to play football at Missouri, and he's done it well in his sophomore year, leading tackler for the Tigers.
Well, we featured him. Here he is here. He's just going to do a nice job. We talked about his angles and reading fast flow. Gets off, keeps his shoulders square, and then just drives his hips through at the line of scrimmage, doing a nice job canceling his gap.
He was 2 days away from going to the Naval Academy when Missouri talked him into saying, hey, you know what? We got a scholarship for you. Come and be with us.
Maybe he wishes they had him. Austin Allen, long drop, setting up the screen. They got it on the right side. Williams stays on his feet. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
That's what you do.
Lead the way.
That's what you do on senior day. That's what you do on senior day. We've talked about the screen being a big-time arrow in this quiver of Dan Enos. This time they finally get it set up and executed to perfection.
They timed it perfectly. Missouri brought their linebackers there. It's a perfect call in the situation. You combine that with a couple missed tackles again on the outside edge, and Arkansas going up by 42-38.
David Williams, graduate transfer, could have gone anywhere for his senior year. He wanted to be a Razorback. Last game with the Hogs, he has his 3rd touchdown, and Arkansas has the lead on Mizzou in the 4th.
Happy Thanksgiving weekend from CBS Sports.
I like how our director Mark Grant, who controls these things, was at the top of that pyramid to make sure his head, got in the shot. Hey, we don't get to be with the blood relation families on Thanksgiving. Enjoy with our TV family. Happy to bring it with a great deal of thanks for our crew and for all of you. That's Roundtree from the 7. Roundtree, he has a seam across the 30, across the 40 with a flag down. Roundtree out of bounds near midfield. 80 points, nearing 1,000 combined yards. And we got 10:33 to go in the 4th. Locke zips it complete. No, it's incomplete. Johnson couldn't haul it in.
How many of those have we seen today, fellas?
4 or 5.
At least.
Most of them by Jamon Moore. But that time it was by their slot receiver, Jonathan Johnson. Again, trying to do too much instead of simply executing.
Locke to throw again. Heavy pressure, deep shot, looking for more. Holds it in at the 50. Jamon Moore. The back shoulder came back to get it in front of Tolliver. Gain of 41.
Another 50-50 ball here. Jamon Moore just going to take him deep. This was a predetermined throw and underthrown this time. As a matter of fact, he did put quality air underneath this, which allowed the receiver time to come back for the ball.
Penalty decline. Ish Witter.
Going to hold there.
Harris makes the stop. Caps.
So what we've been talking about this front seven, and we started the game talking about number 3, McTelvin again, this defensive line needing to get penetration and pass rush. But these guys have been on the field so much, they're going to have to dig deep here.
Witter takes it again, his 29th carry. Takes a pop from DeAndre Coley at the 25-yard line. We'll see if it's enough to move the chains. It is. First down, Missouri. And
give Coley some credit. He was a guy that came up and has been bringing it there. He throws his body around. It's really good to see him get up off the field. You hope he's okay so that he can come back in, but this guy's been a warrior out there today.
Look how wide the splits are in this offense, guys. They just do not allow you to be half a player. You have to go commit to cover.
5th straight carry for Ish Witter. Trips up and only gets a yard.
They're running that counter scheme where they're pulling 2 guys trying to get to that right side using the gap schemes, which again are double teams on the play side, try and get some movement, and build walls on the backside, trying to create creases in that defense. But again, Arkansas doing a nice job up front.
Locke from the gun. Fakes it. Tosses to the end zone. Moore. Is it in? Is he in bounds? Yes! Touchdown! Missouri. Jamon Moore. A remarkable grab. And a 24-yard touchdown.
This is an unbelievable play by Drew Locke. This was a pitch and go. And Tolliver read it perfectly.
Look at the push off right there, Rick. Andre Tolliver, he got pushed in the back by Jamon Moore, who got away what could have been an offensive pass interference call, and that's why Bielema's upset.
There was contact, no question about it. But an unbelievable throw to the back shoulder based on the reaction by the corner.
And how about Jamon Moore's body control to make that catch after all the drops he's had?
McCann PAT. Jamon Moore hauls it in on the 5th touchdown pass of the day for Drew Locke. Give him 43 on the year. The SEC single season record, and Jamon Moore there to help out his QB with some nifty work with the hands and the feet for a Mizzou touchdown. As we take a look at our Dr. Pepper SEC standings, I know where I'm going to be tomorrow during the Iron Bowl, smoking a turkey, kicking back, and just watching ball, because that's going to be a heck of a ball game between #1 Alabama and #6 Auburn.
What do they say? Iron sharpens iron. We're going to be in for it tomorrow, boys.
Going Old Testament right there. Short kick, scooped up. Arkansas will have it near the 30-yard line.
Another big drive. How many times have we said this today, guys?
And it's amazing. There's still 8-12. This feels, I mean, the game is rolling on past 5 o'clock local time after a 1:30 kick. It has been action-packed, and there's still 8-12 to go. Whaley on the right side. Whaley falls forward to the 49. So we saw the Dr. Pepper SEC standings in the West. Here it is in the East. Georgia awaits the winner between Alabama and Auburn.
Georgia's got a big contest against Georgia Tech in that triple option. It's always interesting what kind of taxing effect a triple option has on a team, knowing they got to play a week from now.
It's such a different animal. It's really hard to get ahead against either Auburn or Alabama, who they're assuredly facing the week after they play a scrappy Georgia Tech team.
Allen, nice throw to the outside, complete and slipping away for a few more. Brandon Martin takes it inside the 40.
This is what I thought we would see today in the pass game from Austin Allen. These short to intermediate throws, a nice out-breaking route, nice generous cushion that time by Missouri, maybe too generous because the Razorbacks moved the chains there.
I couldn't agree more, Aaron. I would have thought we'd seen a lot more of that, but never too late, right?
Gone over 1,000 1,000 yards combined offense, 87 points so far, nearing 150 snaps in the game. Stewart on the edge with a block, and it's Martin who had the big grab on the last play, throwing a block this time for Stewart. Martin may have paid the price. He's coming out with a banged-up shoulder.
Finally, Marcel Frazier doesn't get his hands on the football.
He was close.
He's right here on the end coming upfield. He almost gets that right hand, but look at the bottom of the screen, just a beautiful block. This is a play they've tried to run 2 other times, but 16 Frazier knocked it down. This time they get it off, and you see why they wanted to run it. It was a really effective play for them.
Brandon did it for the Razorbacks. Now he's an LA Ram. Now it's Austin Whaley popped and driven back. Beckner leads the charge. Frazier finishes it off.
Tried to give a fake fly sweep look there, and Tigers weren't buying it. Coming off this weak side here, making big play.
Here he is right there. Yeah, he just beats Brian Wallace across his face. Bad footwork there. You got to get your head across his body on that slant there. He's so quick twitch getting upfield, it makes it really difficult, and that's why your footwork is so important on a cutoff block.
2 years ago in this game where Brandon checked out, handed the football to Austin. And now on second down, Austin Allen. That's a drop. Costly one. Brandon Martin trying to help his QB out. Coming back to the football.
Now you're in a 3rd and 11 situation. You've already hit them with a screen down here, so they're going to be expecting that. This is an area of the field where Barry Odom, who also serves as a defensive coordinator, likes to pin his ears back and bring some pressure. What are you thinking here offensively, Rick?
Well, you cannot take a sack. You're down 3. You're in field goal range right now. It's probably a 42, 43-yarder. This ball's got to get out of his hands expeditiously. You got a single cover up there at the top. I like an out to the field.
They've been good on 3rd and long. This is 3rd and 11. Allen rolling, inside toss. Nothing there. Wrestle down, and we'll see if the field goal unit comes out, and that's exactly what the Razorbacks are playing for. Limpert coming on to try and tie it.
I think the thought there, guys, was I'm not going to take a sack.
No question.
I'm not taking a sack. I'm going to try something. If it works, great. If it doesn't, we give our kicker a chance. The ball's now positioned in the middle of the field. See if we can tie this thing up.
He's 7 for 8 on the year. The only miss, 44-yarder at Ole Miss. Then came back and kicked the game winner. So the 42-yarder is easily good. And with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, nothing determined yet. 45 all between Missouri and Arkansas.
Oh, man, Rick, you like that old USF team?
Mike Oresco made big news complaining about the committee this year. Mike Oresco, the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference, saying, hey, you're not giving us enough credit. Those 2 teams playing like it.
Back and forth there between the Bulls and the Knights. Back and forth here with the Battle Line Trophy on the line. Roundtree from the goal line across the 20. Roundtree to the 24. Missouri's gone on touchdown drives. 92 yards. 92 yards in the first half. The last one was 89 yards. Backed up again. Blinking to the outside. Nate Brown makes the grab. Tackled by Cameron Curl.
Just a matter of how often he wants to take it. It's there all day long. And when they come up and get in his face, he's taking him over the top with brilliant long-distance touchdown throw.
He talked about how good Missouri is with the big plays.
Winner drop. That's Bijan Jackson, the senior whose day began with a successful marriage proposal. Bijan Jackson.
He's that big guy right there in the middle. Nobody blocks him. The right guard or left guard, Kevin Pendleton, tried to come down on him, but again, he left his feet behind him. And now it's 3rd and long because the penalty on 1st down. Missouri's trying to convert.
He sees pressure coming off. Now the question is, does Arkansas change? They were going to bring Randy Razor off that weak side. Do they do it again?
It looks like they're backing off.
Here they come. Locke on 3rd and 7. Hit as he throws. Caught at the 50. Locke delivers a strike to Jonathan Johnson to convert on 3rd and long. A gain of 25.
When you have the speed that you have, the defensive backs give these guys a lot of room. We've seen Jonathan Johnson burn them. and he takes advantage of the space there.
Witter with the first down carry, slips through. Ish Witter rolling inside the 30. The Tigers hit the big one in the pass game, and now Ish Witter on the ground inside the 30. Another Razorback is down. This one's a gain of 22 for Ish Witter. Brand Morgan takes his spot at Mike linebacker. Missouri letting some clock roll right now. Under 3 minutes. Mizzou only has that one timeout, but they're trying to bleed it, not give it back to the Hogs.
No hurry. You'd love to have this end with you in possession and in control of the outcome.
Locke on first down. Fake it, toss it, complete. Brown on the edge.
Inbounds.
That wrestle down. Curl makes a stop. 2:45.
2nd and 2. Ball inbounds. And right now, Bret Bielema is going to have to start considering, all right, when do I use mine to ensure that I get the ball back?
Just on this play, they can take it down to almost 2 minutes. So that's exactly what Bret Bielema is rolling through right now with 2 left.
And if there's been a complaint of these high-tempo offenses, is their unwillingness to do what we're seeing right here. Obviously, Barry Odom and Josh Heupel on the same page as to how to attack Arkansas with this being the situation.
And 2nd and 2 makes that quite a bit easier.
Witter takes it again. First down inside the 20. Shoving forward inside the 15. Move the chains, first down. Clock still rolling as soon as they have it set.
I think you're going to see Bret Bielema use his timeouts now. Maybe not now, but after this first down play is over, you're going to start seeing him use his. Remember, Missouri only has 1 left.
And Missouri hasn't lost.
He's telling the official now, I'm calling timeout when the play is down.
Witter takes it. Witter stretching. Flag down. So that's going to stop it with a minute 25 with the flag. And now Bielema is saying, hey, make sure you don't take that timeout because the flag stops it.
And usually officials are really good about that.
It's a big usually.
Well, you don't want me to have to tell a story.
Right, right.
Arkansas has to take the penalty.
No question. It helps you not only with the conversion, but also with the distance on the field goal. Their defensive line's been getting some penetration.
Offense, number 54. Penalty is declined.
Oh.
2nd down.
Wow. I don't understand why they would decline that. I think you and I saw this the same way. The 10 extra yards helps you in all situations.
Especially when Missouri would love to run the ball right now and keep this clock and or get rid of timeouts for the Razorbacks.
You factor in the kicking game now with Tucker McCann, the sophomore, who has now made 9 straight since missing 2 at Kentucky. Hit from 37 earlier, so you're already well within his range. Now it's just Missouri trying to set it up, bleed the clock. You take the touchdown here.
Here's Jamon Moore down here by himself again.
Locke is going to pull it. Locke has room ahead inside the 5. Touchdown, but a flag down. That will likely wipe out the go-ahead TD run by Drew Locke.
Holding. Offense, number 6. 10-yard penalty. Spotted the foul. Replay 2nd down.
Here it is coming right at us. You see in the bottom left corner, both hands outside. He's got to bring his elbows tight to his body, come inside Andre Tolliver, but it's that hand right there, right in front of the official, that gets seen, and it pulls a touchdown off the board. Now you add that yardage that they just lost. Had they accepted Arkansas the penalty before that, consider where this ball might end up. But again, costly penalties for Missouri in critical situations been a factor all day long.
Makes it 2nd and 8. Dijon Harris back for the Razorbacks. Ish Witter.
Timeout, Arkansas.
Yep. TJ Smith makes the stop. So a minute 14. There's the last timeout used by Arkansas.
This is a position right here without any timeouts left for the Hogs. You'd like to use at least 40 of these seconds.
Well, assuming that Arkansas would get a stop here, you'd almost think from a clock management standpoint, you wish that Missouri had a score to be able to save some time if that's what you're considering. But this is, needless to say, boys, the 3rd down play of the game.
Austin Allen hoping to have a chance to close out his Arkansas career in If not storybook fashion, at least a storybook ending.
Hold your water up front defensively.
Locke hands to Witter on 3rd and 3 inside the 5-ish. Witter moves the chains. 1st and goal, Missouri. Arkansas cannot stop the clock. It'll start rolling as soon as it's marked ready for play. And now down to a minute.
Now you need to let them score. Now you need to let them score.
And Witter will take it. Is dropped. Bleeding the clock, 56. You think it's clear here? Just let him take it in.
I don't think there's any question that this is an extra point in terms of the kick that will be left for Missouri. You let them in right now. You give Austin Allen a chance to come down the field. I know there's a chance for a fumble, and it's the hardest thing in the world for a defensive coach, you know, to let somebody in. But to me, it's the percentage play.
And we'll see how both teams play it. Locke, hand off, Witter, he's shoving, and he is held up, driven back by Ramirez. Akeem there on the stop. You got 3rd and goal coming. I mean, it's just ticking down now for Missouri.
They want to score.
They sure do.
They're going to run it again.
Locke is going to hand off Witter. He's shoved back.
Going to let it run down to about 3 seconds.
Goal line stand for Arkansas, but that may be the last thing that the Razorbacks need as McCann.
Interesting.
On 4th and goal, Missouri takes the timeout with 9 seconds. Both head coaches out of timeouts, and McCann will presumably have a chance to chip it in for the game winner.
Here goes Missouri trying to win this game.
To try and make it a 6-game winning streak. McCann. Vatoni is the holder, Wise is the snapper. With 9 seconds, McCann's field goal is easily good. Missouri grabs the lead with 5 seconds showing. 48-45. Locke leads him down. McCann finishes it off, making his 10th straight field goal kick. And it would take a minor miracle for Arkansas to pull it off now. Missouri 5 seconds away from 6 straight wins.
What a great clock drive by Missouri. Exercising how to take time off the clock, utilizing all the things they need to do, getting it right to the buzzer beater. Only thing is they shouldn't be having to kick off. But how about the job Barry Odom has done, guys? 1 in 5. You know, all kinds of things swirling around about the future of him at Missouri as the head coach. A new AD, Jim Sturk.
Arkansas had a lateral play to close out last week. Now they're going to follow. No lateral play here. They're going to save it for an offensive snap. 4 seconds.
Well, Carter, you and I have seen some late game shenanigans with Arkansas. They certainly have some things in them. That's when they hit Hunter Henry that threw it over his head, and it bounced into the hands of Alex Collins, and he took it around the left side and ended up making a heck of a play. Thought he was down, tried to turn and fumble, and then chaos ensued. They ended up beating a pretty good Ole Miss team.
It'll take a Hunter Henry and 75 yards to pull this one off.
Exactly. Finishing the thought on Barry Odom, just a remarkable job. Wish him well in the bowl game.
And Rick, the conversation you should share of him trusting who he is and getting back is what turned it around.
Is Allen scrambling? Last chance heave. Allen tosses it up. It's knocked down. It is. Wow. They're going to toss it back as the play. Now we're finally waiting for a signal. Now it's incomplete. Pass incomplete. Missouri wins it. 48-45. 6 straight for the Tigers. And more heartbreak for the Arkansas Razorbacks. So for Aaron Taylor, Rick Neuheisel, John Schriffman, our entire crew here in Fayetteville, I'm Carter Blackburn saying so long. Final score, 48-45. Missouri wins it over Arkansas. The college football postgame show powered by Rams up next after these messages.